Everybody, welcome to Yerushalmi Chagigah Daf Zayin. What Daf Zayin or Alpha at the top. Rav Chuna. So Rav Chuna, Rav Chuna says Lama Torah Shlo Lishma. Learn Torah Shlo Lishma. Shlo Lishma, but at Bar Lishma. Because if you learn Shlo Lishma, you're going to come to Lishma too eventually. Rabbi Yehuda Kishayirayas Hameis V'Sakal Miskalsin, when he saw people, and it's mamish the polar opposites. He saw a mace, people being masped in mace, knows a levayu, or he saw people dancing for a kala, or being mishabech the kala. Or he knows Nina he would give his tamid a steer. But Oime would say Amaisa Koid Matalmud. So get out there and help out with Avois Ames or the Simchas Chas Kala. Nimnu Balias Beisarim, and then actually they came and they said, "No, like this, said a Talmud Kodlamaisa, better to stay in the Bismedish and learn, than go out and actually participate in, let's say, the Levaya." Ravo have the Kisvin, Shoch Reb Chanina Berei Mazki Bitferia. Ravo lived in Kisvin. He sent Reb Chanina's son to learn in Tveria. Shoch Vamdolay, they sent him a report card, and Gomalo Chesed, he's working with the Mason. Shalach Kasavle, so he wrote him a letter. Hamibli in Kvarim Bekisrin Shalachticha L'Tferi. There's not enough Kvarim in Kisrin that I had to send you to Tferi to go do this. No, you should be sitting in this medrash. Kvan Nimnu Balias Beis Aurim and Bilud, and they said at Talmud Kol Lamaisa, so you shouldn't be going out. You should be staying in the Beis Medrash. Rabban Kisrin Amrin Hadot Atama B'Shiyeh Shom Mishiyasa V'Mein Shom Mishiyasa Ma'isa Kol Talmud. Actually, Rabban Kisrin said that it's only if there's other people to be misasik with the mace or the Simchas Chas Kala, but there isn't, then you have to get up and do it. The mace is Kol Talmud. Dilma story. Rav Chia Rabbi Yosef Rami Anan Mesa Gabe. Reb Lezer. On Mesa, they were late coming to Reb Lezer, maybe for sure. I'm alone. So he says to them, An Havesun, Yomedem, where were you today? Why'd you come late? I'm alone. So they said to him, Go Machesu, busy with an iftar. I'm alone. So he said to them, V'lei have a tamacharan. There wasn't anybody else to work with the mace. I'm alone. Magir have either Magir, he was a neighbor, or Magir, he was a ger and didn't have anybody else, or as a neighbor, we were the closest people, so we had to be metapel. So the Mishnah Lochaches, Het and Darm Parchin Bavir, Ve'enlehem Al Mashi Yismachu, Het and Darm, the whole concept being Matin Ede is something that's flying in the air. In other words, has nothing like it, there's nothing supporting it. Hilchas Shabbos, the halachas of Shabbos, Chagigos, from Yontif, from Meilos, Kairorim Tuluim Besaira, famous Friday night Pisman, right? It's like mountains hanging on a hair. Mikra Mamur, because there's very few psukim that discuss these concepts. V'alochs Merubas was a tremendous amount of malachas. Hadinim v'avoidos, hadinim v'avoidos dinim mominus, v'avoidos is hilchas karbonis. And hatayis atmeis v'arayos yeshlan amashi yismachu. There's plenty of psukim addressing those. V'hein Gufei Torah. Now we're going to come out. I don't remember. The Bavli comes out as Hein Vein Gufei Torah. All these are Gufei Torah, even though there aren't many psukim. Let's say there aren't, like we said, by Shabbos. It doesn't matter. Or Heta Nadar and Parchin Ba'avir. But Hein Gufei Torah knows their core, the core of the essence of that Torah. Tanu Rebbe Eliezer. Aimer Yesh Lenamashi Yismachu. They do have what to be soymech on heter nadar and wine. Shbati b'kayema. It says in the pasuk shbati b'kayema. Pam she'ena mekayim. Now there's I swore and I'm mekayim. It means sometimes I'm not mekayim. So how can that be? I'm at the ned obviously. Reb Shua miyesh lenamashi yismechu. He brings a different pasuk at shenish bati b'api. Kadosh Baruch Hu says, there's no from Friday night. Ba'api nishbati. When I was angry, chayza and ibi. I'm chayza. So you see heter nadar, the concept of heter nadar from the Torah. Tam tani want over the abar nadar metiru chachamim. Says, I understand. Isn't everything mutter from a chacham? And we leave it. There's no teretz on this. Okay, ksiv. Those arba nadar, by the way, what we're saying is those. It's nidrei zruzin, nidrei havoi, nidrei shgogus, and nidrei oinsin. Okay, fine. Ksiv says, "Veidabu Moshe Rosh Amatis of Nei Yisrael Tola Parsha Rosh Amatis." We don't find this lotion of Rosh Amatis that Moshe spoke to them, except over here. Why? Sheyu Matirin Lehen Esnudrein. This is the makor that they should be matir neder. If you saw, you need a Rosh matir. Rav Yehuda b'Shem Shmuel Ksiv. It says in the pasuk, "Lo Yachel Devori Hu Eina Moichel." He can't do it himself. The hune mochel diburei. Achehu she'oise devorei chulin. Somebody else who can make his davar chulin, so knows matir in eder basis, says echachem shu matir listener. Does echachas matir in eder. Rabbi Rabbi Yehuda Rabbi Yirmiyah bar Abba b'shem Shmuel. Shloshe shehein yoidel fateach matirin kizaken. You have three hedyotis who know the concept of het and adarm. They can do it just like a zaken. A zaken is a chacham of it. Savra meima, but makom shein zaken. So he thought to say maybe when there's no zaken available, so three idiots can do it. I'm the kiss namru. No, no, no. I feel the makom share zaken even when there's a zaken. Amrun come Rabbi Yosef Rav Chuna Rosh Matas. They asked Rabbi Yosef Rav Chuna Rosh Matas, and the question is why they asked this question. It could be because maybe he didn't he didn't have permission from the Nasi directly to be Isaac and Hatan Nedarim. So Amalei, he says to him, unless Rav Chuna, he said unless Rav Chuna Rosh Matos, man inun Rosh Matos. If Rav Chuna is not Rosh Matos, who is the Rosh Matos? Rav Chuna Rosh Matos. He's not just Rosh Matos, he's the head of the Rosh Matos. Okay, can you appoint somebody as a zakin, as a chacham, but only for specific matters? Or is it something where we appoint somebody a chacham, then that's for everything across the board? So Shemina, let's see if we can see this from over here. Rav Menite Rebbe Lahate Nidarim Liris Ksamim. Rav was appointed by Rebbe to do two things: to mate Nidarim and to look at Ksamim from women. Min the Damach, when Rebbe passed away, boy Gabi Brei Mume Bechayis. He wanted to also get permission from his son Reb Gamliel, the son of Rebbe, to do Mume Bechayis. Amala Eni Moisulucha, Amashanas Lucha. I'm not giving you any more than my father already gave you. Am Rabbi Yosef Rebbe Bun Kula Yavle Lidin Yechidi Log. And sorry, Kula Yavle. He actually. Sorry about that. He actually gave him everything, and which included Ladin Yichidi. He didn't need to have a bezin, Lahatin Adarm, Laris Ksamim, Laris Mumin, Shebegaloi. So he gave him everything. But Min the Damach, boy Gabe Brei, Mumin Shebeseise, and Abalei son said to him, Reb Gamliel said to him, Any Moisulcha, Mashnas Lucha, I'm not giving any more. Afagav that ma mimanu zekin l'dvar michidim v'hu. Oh, so one sec. So we see from over here that you could appoint the bottom line is you see from me you could appoint a zakin for davar yichidi. See, like at least according to one version of the story, Rav only had two items. Afagav that ma zok the gemara. Afagav that omar mimanu zekin l'dvar michidim that you could do it. You say okay, you're a zakin, but only for X or Y or Z. Who sheyehei roy l'chol dvarim, but he has to be fit to pass in everything. For whatever reason, you only want to give him one or two things. Kador Rabbi Shua ben Levi, Manil Chol Talmudei, V'avetztal Chad Ahava Bachi Beinoi, V'lo Avi Yochel Menitei. There was Rabbi Shua ben Levi was appointing his Talmidim to serve in different rabbinical positions. There was one Talmud he couldn't appoint him. Why? Because Bachi Beinoi, he was blind in one eye. And V'yimnina, what do you mean? Couldn't appoint him at all. Why didn't he appoint V'yimnina L'dvarim Yechidim? Okay, so say right. He can't look at Ksamim because he's blind in one eye, but he can be paskin Maminis. Since he couldn't do one thing, namely he couldn't look at Kson because he was blind in one eye, not his fault, but he couldn't do it, therefore he couldn't appoint him at all. He appoints somebody, a Zakin, a Rav, temporarily. And Amalei, Paisli, Rabbi Yudin I want you, please do me a favor, talk to Rabbi Yudin Nasiya. The Ichtav Licha, the Igra, the Yake, Neifuk, Lepanasasi, La'arab Riyasa. If he can write a letter, like write a hamlatza for me, I have to go overseas to the United States. I have to, so please give me a letter of hamlatza from Yehuda Nasi. Paisei mikasavlei harei shulchanu aleichem. So Yehuda Nasi takarot harei shulchanu aleichem adam gadol shluchenu. This great person, he's our shliach ukiyotze banu atu megia etzleinu till he gets back to us. So you see, he appointed him only till he gets back to us, so temporarily. Rav Chizki of Dustoi, Reb Abba Bazmino, Umataba Mishmei, the Rav Dustoi Sabo. Actually, he wrote like this: he has no busha to say that I didn't hear. Now, there's not embarrassed to say if he didn't hear something. According to this version, obviously it wasn't for a set period of time. Okay, so according to the first version, see you can do that. Now, ma'alahate befalnim. Can you be mate in a day when the Yonah sit down is supposed to put on a talus? But let's say guy wants he has a turban. He wants to wear his turban. So Rabbi Hitte bepalnim. So right, so he actually was mate bepalnim. Rabbi Shua ben Levi mate bepalnim. Rabbi Chuna b'shem Riyuva makam shein talus. He said, oh, you can use a turban, but only if there's no talus. The issue is that the talis, you want to be focused, you want to have a talis like you're davening, you're focused, you have to focus on the Indian. Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Bon, Lunedarim Kalin, only Lunedarim Kalin, that all you need is charata, that's when they were matir without a with the palm with the palm. But if it's something that requires a lot of thought, the taki you have to put on a talis. Wonderful. That takes us to Daf Ches, which we'll do tomorrow, Mitzvah.